Good morning and welcome to Crochet with Nonna Rosanna. I'm Rosanna. Today is WIP weekend number 74 and it is Saturday, September 16th. I want to apologize first off that I didn't put out a video last week. I've got to learn how to use my community tabs and all that. I'm still not up to date on all those, so I could have let you know. I'm very sorry for not letting you know. Reason why is the long weekend, Labor Day weekend, Friday night. My husband and I were sitting here. It was 8 o'clock, and I said to him, I don't feel good. And I had no reason, no idea what. I just didn't feel good. And for the next few days, I laid in bed. My temperature got up to over 101. And I thought, oh, I'll just wait. It'll pass. I thought, maybe COVID, maybe something, but we did COVID tests. It wasn't COVID. And long weekend. So I finally got to the doctor's Tuesday and I had a very bad UTI. The infection was unbelievable. My doctor said he barely got the strip in and it just flared right up. I had none of the symptoms, nothing like that. So I suffered all weekend. I could have gone to a walk-in clinic, but didn't know the reason why I was sick. But that's what happened, and I started taking my antibiotics on Tuesday, and they didn't kick in till Thursday. It was really, really bad. I spent the whole week in bed, and then the following weekend, which was last weekend, was my baseball playoffs, and I'm a pitcher on our team, and if I didn't go, they would have to forfeit all their games. So for the weekend, I went to the ball games. We all had little pop-up tents set up around the field, and I laid on my blanket. I went and pitched the games I was supposed to. We ranked fourth, so that was really good. But on Sunday, I had to play 3 games. I was totally exhausted by the end of the third game. So we had fun. Saturday night, there was a dinner party for all the teammates and their spouses. So, excuse me, my husband and I went, but we only stayed an hour and I came home to bed. So I have never been so ill, like where I just laid in bed and slept all day and all night practically. I got up a few times. I did absolutely nothing. Really didn't want to eat. The only thing I could eat was a McDonald's hamburger. So my husband would go get me one every night. And I think that's because there's no taste to it and I could just eat it. Um, but it was one of the most awful weeks I've had. So I got no crocheting done. I got nothing done around the house. I shouldn't have gone to play baseball because it just prolonged it, and I'm still exhausted today, which is, basically 2 weeks later. So that's what's been going on with my life. Our parents, Colin's mom's still in the hospital after a hip surgery. It's been a month, and she's now in the rehab center. So hopefully she'll be getting out soon. My mom is doing well. They've stopped the actual chemo medication and she's getting other medication which will help and she's feeling much better. I talked to her the other day and I said, Mom, I called all day. Where were you? They even went to the casino for the day. So she's feeling much better. Very happy about that. Waiting for her CAT scan, which I think is in a couple weeks, and then that'll tell us how everything's going. But she's doing much, much better. So thank you, everyone, for all your prayers and your warm wishes. It's so appreciative. And husband's doing great. Kids are doing great. I'm on the mend. I'm exhausted still. I can't believe how long this is taking me to recover. I have a top on, but I have my sweatpants underneath because I'm going nowhere again today. And I thought I'd put this video out now. It's Friday morning. And the rest of the morning, I am just going to work on squares for my book cover inspiration for the month because I'm way behind on everything. So I've got a lot of WIPs, only one completed item. So I think we should get started. Okay. So I thought to myself, so I have a lot of crochet WIPs. Why can't I have 2 cross stitch WIPs? So my first cross stitch, and I'm going to put a picture up somewhere. This is what it's supposed to look like. I have been working on this diligently every morning for hours, and it just is taking forever. So you can see with the black where I'm done. So basically, I've almost finished the first row. There's still a few, and I'm working on the second row, and then wherever a color needs to be put in, I'm putting in some colors. But I thought knitting took a long time. Cross stitching, especially this one, is taking forever. But I am enjoying it, and I really want to get it done by Halloween, but I'm not sure if I'll get it done. So that's my first WIP, and I work on it in the mornings while I'm watching my videos. And I am so far behind in my videos, it's unbelievable. So that's the first one. And the other cross stitch I'm working on, I got this from WIP Cross Stitch. Uh, and it is the skull. I'll put a picture up here. And this is a 14 gauge. I bought a neck light, and it really helps a lot. I'll just get this thread out of the way. And I have done all this in here. And I just do it when I'm sitting around, or my daughter came over yesterday for a little while, and we were sitting and talking, so I was just doing this. So this is taking quite a while also, but it's much, much easier because there are much more larger patches of the same color. So I'm working on the blue. I'm going to get the whole face done first. And this is for Paige. She loves Halloween, and her dad loves skulls. So that's what I'm working on there. The color's getting blown out, but it's a really pretty light periwinkle blue. Really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to this getting completed. And this I will get done. It's taking way less time than the other cross stitch that I'm doing. So let me just get this out of the way now. So that's the cross stitches that I'm working on. As you know, in the morning I work on cross stitch, diamond painting, paint by numbers. And slowly but surely, I don't know if I've shown this or not. I can't remember, but this is the paint by number I'm working on. So all the bright colors I've done. The sky is done. So I'm working on these, the birds down here and the bottom colors. I think this will be a great picture for outdoors next summer. So I'm really enjoying it. That's my paint by number. And my diamond painting, I'm working on the skull. And I thought the background was just paper, but it's all diamonds. So I am working on just the black, and I just pick it up. It's very boring. So when I'm watching my videos, I can do this no problem. So I'm almost halfway through with the black. So this will definitely get done for Paige for Halloween to hang up in their front window. And what I'm really looking forward to, put my arms up, like it's tiring just for me to hold my arm up. Part of the skull glows in the dark. So I'm really looking forward to getting that completed and seeing it. And hopefully I can take a picture and show you. I got that one from Michael's in their Halloween item. So that is so much fun. I can't wait to get that one done. So that's it for that. And then on to crochet. I have been working on a C2C blanket, and it's for me. I have no expectation on when it's going to get done, but I hope I get it done soon. It is beautiful. The colors are spectacular. This is falling apart now, so I'm probably halfway through the first ball, and it's called Tartan. And it's got some great colors in there. And it is a lightweight 3. It's a Caron Skinny Cake, and it's 100% acrylic. And each skein, hank, I'm not sure what you call these, balls, has 795 yards. So I'm still working on the increase, but the colors are coming out. Last time I showed this, if I can find it, there we go. I was down here. So I have done quite a bit this week, but the colors are much brighter than they're showing up here. The colors do get washed out a bit. The sun just came out and it's shining like you wouldn't believe. So that's how far I've got. I'd like to make it about 45 inches wide, I'm hoping, and then start making it into a rectangle. So I'm loving this, and the edges are coming out perfect. I think I've mentioned it before. So when I get to my last crochet here, in the chain 3, I only do 2, and then I crochet my last double crochet in the edge, so it really keeps a nice straight line. So I'm really pleased. I will move my marker up and we'll see how far I get. But there's no time on this one, so it could be months. But I think it's a perfect fall blanket. It's not too heavy, being a lightweight number 3. So I'm really happy, and the stitch definition's turning out really well. I am using a 4.5, and that is the recommended hook for this yarn. So really, really happy how this is turning out. And this is for me and my husband. So that's my first WIP. Oh, I've cut my tassels in my shirt too in there. So that's my first C2C. And I'm also doing a C2C knitted blanket. And I am using Premier Puzzle in the color Cryptic. And it is beautiful. Let me just get my needles out. There is a size on here. It's just hard to see. They are upside down here, a 6.5 millimeter. And that's how far I've gone. And I have worked on it quite a bit. And I really like this pattern. Let me just check here, my C2C. The knit pattern is from Snufflebean Yarn, and it's called the C2C Garter Stitch Blanket. And what I really like about this, the increase, it is making its own little border. It's hard to see, but there you can see it, how it stops and then curves over. So I'm really liking this. And last time you saw it, I was here. So I've done a few inches. Knitting takes a long time, and with this blanket also, I have no time constraints or expectations when it's going to be done. I just pick it up when I feel like knitting, and I really enjoy it because it's my tension's getting better, so I'm really pleased with that. So a little bit at a time, I'm trying new stitches, and hopefully one day I'll be able to knit myself a sweater. That is my goal in life, is to knit a sweater. So that's it for my knitting and my knitting C2C and my cross stitch. My crochet C2C. And the next thing I'm working on are bats. I'm not sure if I showed you this or not. Like I said, my mind has gone right now. And I'll put a picture of the bat I already made. And I had thought that it was a scrap ball of yarn, and I thought it was a red heart, but I don't believe it is, because I got this Super Saver metallic, and it has sparkles, but not as much as the other bat. Don't know if you can tell the difference. So I've just basically started on this, and I think this is the bat's head or the body, and I am using a 4.5, and this is one of the hooks I got from WIP cross stitch, and it's working great. So that's what I'm working on there. So I have 2 bats to make, and I'm going to get started on this weekend. I think I'm hoping to get some of them done. That way I can get them to the boys before Halloween. So that's another WIP I'm working on. And everything's falling off my chair. The next WIP is my Marquee blanket. And I'm trying to make things simple for myself because my brain is still in a fog. And the colors I'm using are Red Heart with Love, and the color is Cerulean. So it's just a variegated blue. And I'll put the poster up here. And the movie Marquee is hosted by Heather the Crochet Witch, Bella Crochet's Gifts, and Amethyst Craftwork. So I'm not sure whose pick this was this month, but I'm trying to use some of the colors. So I'm also using this purple color, and it is called Lavender. And it's a little more purple than blue that's showing up on my screen here. And then I'm using black between the colors. And finally, I'm using a Craft Smart Value yarn, and the color is tomato. And I really like this red. It's not as bright like a Christmas red, but it's a little bit brighter than it's showing up, and I really do like the color. So I thought I'd keep things simple. I had made a pattern myself months and months and months ago, and it is V-stitches and double crochets. So let me show you here. That's the bottom, and I'm working up. So that's how it's turning out. And of course, I'm attached. I'm making a wheelchair lapghan. So the pattern is multiples of 3. And what I do is I do 2 double crochets, space, and then a V-stitch, 2 spaces, then a V-stitch, 2 spaces, and a V-stitch all the way along. And at the end, it works out that you have 1 space and 2 double crochets. And I'm doing the black, I'm doing double crochets. So each repeat is 2 black double crochets. The color that I'm using is a double crochet, 3 rows of the V-stitches, another double crochet, and then 2 blacks to separate it. So the repeat will happen 3 times, and that should get me to about 42-ish inches. So that's fine. It's 31 inches wide, and it'll be 42 inches long. And I'm not even going to put a border on it. It's fairly straight. We'll see. I might surround it just with a single, or a single then a double crochet, just to give a little definition. But I'm really happy the way it turns out. It's a really great pattern. I just whipped it up one day for a baby blanket that I was making, so I really like it. And like I said, it's a multiple of 3, and then you just go work into the 3rd stitch or the 4th stitch for your first chain. So that's my moving marquee blanket that I'm working on, and I picked out most of the colors, not all of them, but most of them. I'll just leave that there for a minute. And I'm enjoying that. It's very simple. I can watch TV. The V-stitches go really, really quickly. So that's what I'm doing, because I'm kind of behind on everything. And I said this month I was going to paint my house at the end of the month. It's not going to happen. I'm just too tired right now. So sometime, hopefully in October, I will get the painting done. I've also been working a little bit on my squares for my book cover inspirations. So it's been a busy week crocheting, and I'm just trying to rest. I did grocery shopping, went to the doctor's. I actually went to the dentist and had a crown put in. So I'm going to do nothing this weekend. We have nothing planned for this weekend. Next weekend is my baseball banquet. So my husband and I are going to that. And the weekend after that, we'll be looking after Paige, because it's her parents go away with their friends, and it's an adult camping weekend. So every year, same time, we get Paige for the weekend. And we're going to be making homemade pasta. So I might take a few pictures of it. The kitchen's going to be a disaster with all the flour, but Paige wants to make pasta. So that's what we're going to do. It'll be fun. And however it turns out, it turns out. And I'm looking forward to that. So those are our plans for the next basically 3 weekends. Nothing this weekend. So I'm just I need to clean a little bit. I haven't done the house in basically 2 weeks now. So I have to do some dusting and vacuuming. And my husband's really good. He kept up with the laundry and the bathrooms. So basically it's just dusting. I just don't have the energy yet. So slowly but surely it's coming. So, I may vacuum the main floor, and then tomorrow do upstairs. So we'll see how that goes. So those were all my WIPs that I'm working on. I have so many WIPs I want to do. I just don't have the time for it. And it drives me crazy. Like other people, I've been retired for two years now, and I just don't have the time in the day to do what I want. And other people complain that they're bored and everything, and I'm never bored. I am so grateful that I love doing crafts, and my reading has slowed down. I didn't read at all for the last 2 weeks, so I'm basically 2 books behind. I haven't even finished my book cover book for last month, so I have to get some reading, but I don't have time because I want to do all my crafts. It's so difficult sometimes to choose what I want to do next. So my only finished item is I do a cowl with Judy's Creations in Crochet, and it's a flower cowl. She puts up a flower every month, and this is the flower here. I am making shawls to donate to the seniors' home. It's not my favorite shawl. I thought it was a variegated yarn. It ended up being short stripes, and I'm not very pleased with it, but hopefully someone will enjoy it and love it. So that's the shawl there. And it's a granny square shawl, and I kind of just made it up myself. And how I've been increasing at the ends so it's not as deep as it is wide. I have been doing a treble crochet, chain 1, and then doing my granny stitches. So the next time when you come up, you have that extra space, and that's increasing your shawl. And then I just do, whoops, I just dropped a hook. And then I just do 2 double crochets. A granny square cluster, chain 3, and then another granny square cluster. So very simple shawl. It's my first one that I just winged it. The yarns I used for this are, oh, and this is a bag that my daughter made when she was learning to sew with her new machine. This beautiful box bottom. She did a perfect job on it, and I just love using her bags. So the colors I used for this shawl, the first one is a Craftsmart Value yarn, and it is called Rainbow, and that's what I have left of that. And I can see all the fluff flying from the yarn. And then in between, to the main body of the is a Pound of Love in the color Pumpkin Pie. I really do love this color, but not for a shawl. For my liking. Someone may love it, and I hope they do. And I used a 6.5 millimeter hook. And it's just, plain old-fashioned aluminum hook. And I really like the bigger hook on shawls. That way it grows faster, and then people don't get as hot. So that's my finished item for the week. So like I said, I was hoping more for a variegated yarn instead of a striped yarn. But like I said, I hope somebody loves it. And both yarns are very soft. I can't believe how soft the Craftsmart Economy yarns are now. They're so very soft and very, very plump. So it's great working with them. And the Pound of Love is always soft. So hopefully someone will love it. So that's another shawl done. And I will be sending off my picture to Judy very shortly after this video. And that's it for my finished items for this week. Like I said, I got to learn how to use YouTube better and figure out how to use my community tab. I tried it once and it didn't work, and I just kind of let it go by the side. So if anything ever happens again, hopefully I'll be able to let you know on my community tab. So that's it for this week. I hope you have a wonderful WIP weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.